Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. This is Fishman log number 121, and I thought I'd start off with this rack today because, well, I put an awful lot of work into this week. As you can see, the bottom tanks are quite a bit cleaner now and lots of plants in them, and they're pretty much ready now for my fall breeding setup. Now these tanks here are fine. The middle one does need a bit of work, but these are Achilles on the right, and they're breeding very, very well, and they don't mind a little bit algae on the glass, so it does need to be clean so I can sort them, but I don't really want to breed any more of them because they're doing very well as it is. So this filter needs to percolate for a little bit more before I divide up my plecos and get them breeding. This filter, I keep saying I'm going to do something about it. I've ignored it now for I don't know how long. And as you can see, it's starting to look a little bit better, but it is going to get torn down, and I'm going to do something else with that space. As you can see, I am now hatching some brine shrimp, mostly because my live cultures just can't keep up with the number of fry I'm producing, so I need to augment it a little bit. I'm not sure if that's going to be ongoing, but we will have to see. If you're wondering what that little bit of cloud on the left is in this tank, water pump in this sometimes plugs up a little bit, so what I do is I unplug it and then plug it back in, and then that just sort of just squirts out a little bit of dirty water initially, and that's what that is. This is doing very well. I'm very happy with this setup. Again, of course, I do need to wire up some more plants, but at the moment it's doing perfectly fine. So the bottom row is where all the interesting stuff's going to happen in the next few weeks. This tank, not so much. These are all just culls from my guppies. They're going to go to a client this week, and I did pick up, as you can see, some Serpe tetras, and as frisky as they are, I don't really want to start breeding another species, so they're just going to go into that tank, and we'll see. Who knows going forward what I might do with them. These are mostly guppies from the pond, the little ones. And then I moved in a couple of larger ones that were in the sump from the pond, the indoor pond, and I put them in here as well. And I'm just going to grow these out and see how they all look in time. I think I'm going to leave this as is. They are, well, they're very nice looking fish, so I'm very happy with that. So all of my zebra danios are together again. I put the males back in with the females. I am going to put a nice wad of Java moss in the back, and I'm going to leave it like that for a few days, and then I'm going to move the adults over into here and wait for them to hatch, and then I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth. I will remove fry and feed them and grow them out, and depending on how many I want, actually, that is my current, I think, process for breeding zebra danios. They breed very, very well, as anyone who's tried to breed them knows, so I'm not too concerned about the not producing enough, because, you know, they're a lovely little fish. I have kept back one pair of these platies that I got a little while ago, because they didn't breed as much as the other ones, so I want to breed them a little bit more. The rest all went out to clients. These guys are almost through quarantine. As you can see, they're lovely little angels, and I'm going to pick the ones I want out that will augment my breeding, and the rest will go to clients. These guys, I actually really like pearl danios. I didn't think I would, but I only have one cull. You can just see it sort of struggling in the back there. They breed really, really well and breed quite healthy fry, and I'm very pleased with them. I think I might even like them more than zebra danios. It doesn't really matter because I am going to breed both of them, but it's just kind of interesting. I need to do something with this up here. It is a little too overgrown as far as the fronts of the tanks are concerned. It makes it a little hard to get in there, so I'm going to rearrange this a little bit, but I do like having the plants up there. My lemon geranium is doing really well, and I love the smell and everything. I haven't done anything else with it besides watering it. I am going to try and figure out a way of making that a self-watering system, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So this, as you can see, is a much, much clearer now. I moved an awful lot, well, almost exclusively red Luigia, and you've noticed in the first rack I showed you on the bottom, an awful lot of it went in there, and I'm going to obviously keep growing it. But I'm trying to pull it all out of here because I want to get the Nubius growing more and get that all anchored and stuff. So I want to spread it out a little bit in here. I want to have more space for the guppies, and this is obviously going to be my main growth and holding system for guppies. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of happy with that. I moved all of the fish out of the sump into that tank over on the other side, and of course I went through them. Some of them became culls and went into the tank that's going to be going out to clients, and the rest of them are all out of here. And I had to look down in here, and as you can see, there's one there, and there's also a fry in here too, so I have to keep my eye on this, because I think I'm going to keep that clear for the moment, and just so I can keep an eye on what's what. So I'm going to move over to the other side now. I moved two or three females. Actually, I don't really remember which ones I moved in here now. I think it was two females, because I think one of them was one that was already in here, because I want to start breeding those, because I really like them. I like that color pattern. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but it caught my eye, so I want to maintain it at least. And I had the issue with it because of the issue with the air pump in the fish room. So that family of goldfish is happy. They're more pets than anything else at this point, so I think I'm just going to keep them in there. I may breed them again, but we'll see. The platies are obviously doing really, really well, and so are the zebra danios. I still need to prune back a fair amount of the plants in here, but the tanks are doing very well. I do want to also move some of these guppies into a different tank. These ones here I think are all going to get culled, except maybe the nicest pair or trio of them all. And I do want to set up the bronze cories here to breed, and they're going to need an aquarium of their own. I do still have a little bit of space, so this was massively overgrown, and I have cut some of it back, as you can see, and it is also, of course, being potted and put on the other side. And the end tank here, I haven't moved them out yet, but she has rubbed off her bunch of eggs somewhere in here, and I am going to move them probably over into a guppy tank. Oh, there's a fry. I just saw it. I think I'm going to have to rewind and have a look at that, because I was wondering if they were actually going to hatch out. So I think I saw that there. I will have to double check that. This tank here has really actually surprised me, because this is as far away from the killie breeding that I do. All the killifish breeding is happening on the other side of the fish room. I've never put any more plants in here. I've never put anything else in here, but I did find a fry, and it's going to be in the last clip coming up. So these are now like 15, 20 feet away on the other side of the fish room. I mean, there's no way that they can, jump that far. And anyway, it is a fry. And like I said, none of that is, the only way I can think it could have happened is the eggs are a little sticky. So if I, was sticking my hands and moving moss around or something, it could have stuck on my hand maybe. I kind of find it odd that I wouldn't feel it, but somehow it got all the way over to there. That's going to be the last clip for today. The OB zebras are doing fine. They're growing. They're obviously going to need more space eventually, but this is more than adequate for now. And as you can see, the pearlweed, I've pruned back quite a bit of it, and it is also in those new tanks. So thank you very much for watching. Leave comments, let me know what you think about everything, and I'm going to leave you off now with the last clip of that mysterious killifish. It is a killie, it's a female, all the way over here and way in the back, and doing perfectly fine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.